Attention, fantasy sports fans. Does it strike you as odd that the popularity of fantasy sports continues to grow, but the game itself never seems to change? Drafting players to be a part of your fantasy team is cool, but are you looking for something new? If you're a sports fan and you actively look for new ways to have fun and compete while watching sports, you gotta check out StatementGames.com. That's StatementGames.com. Statement Games is a new, simple, yet innovative form of sports gaming that is changing the way thousands of fans view sporting events. With Statement Games, you select player and game props or statements to compete in tournaments for prizes. Sign up for free using your Google or Facebook account. No credit card or debit card information is required. Try StatementGames.com today and watch how we take fantasy sports to the next level.
StatementGames.com. That's StatementGames.com.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network, LLC.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear-facing, forward-facing? I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the-right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Number 70!
We're talking about practice.
Hello, you play to win the game. The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
3, 2, 1, happy 2000! No time on the clock, and the Patriots have won Super Bowl 36. Short open, Chicago with the lead!
Worldwide Sports Radio Network presents Below the Mic.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Below the Mic. As you know, I'm your host, Errol Marks, and my co-host, Mr. Speedy S. Vibrating Petey. As you know, you can call us at 631. What's the new number, Speedy?
The new number is...
Oh, come on, Speedy. You're too slow today. What is the number?
631-971.
Yeah, there you go.
8070.
As you guys know, you can call us at actually, you can reach us at www.worldwidesportsradio.com, and you can follow us on all the social medias from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and radio.com. As you know, we have a lot of sports to talk about, but before we do that, before the show started, I asked Speedy if he knew what a vibrator is. Speedy, do you know what a vibrator is?
I don't know about the context you're going for.
Well, but you said what?
I said I would consider selling it for the right price if I did research.
All right. So what would you be researching about that?
How much money would actually be?
So there are cheap ones and there are expensive ones. Do you know that?
No. I don't know what market value is.
Well, what color would you like it?
I don't care. I'm selling it.
Speedy's a salesman for Best Buy.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Oh, man. Speedy, as you know, we do this every single Below the Mic show. The Week in Sports. Here we go. Cam Newton expected to be released due to the Panthers' struggles to find him a trade. Now, Cam Newton was a Super Bowl champion. Well, he was in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and he was an MVP champion a couple of years ago as well. It's crazy how a couple of years just break, and this guy fighting injury is completely tossed away by the Carolina Panthers, the new coaching staff, and the GM. It's a crazy story. Cam Newton deserves better than his ending with the Panthers. Yes, he does. He absolutely does. Mm-hmm. This guy has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league for the last, I would say, 5 years. He's still fairly young. He's still in the prime of his career. He's coming off a shoulder surgery. That's going to be the question. And is he going to be ready for the start of the new season? That's going to be another question he's going to have to answer to all the teams that are going to be looking at him in free agency.
What's bizarre, too, is with all the RPO coaches now and concepts that are being rebirthed in the league that he wouldn't get a spot because of that, because that's his type of quarterback.
Absolutely. Los Angeles Rams release linebacker Clay Matthews and Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, who was the running champion a couple of years ago. This guy has been one of the best running backs in the league for the last 4 years. He's still fairly young. I'm very surprised that they dropped him, but they did pay him a lot of money a couple of years ago, and I think they're trying to free some salary cap so they can go after other free agents. As far as Clay Matthews is fairly old now. For a linebacker, I think he's 32, 33. He's at the end of his career. He played for his LA Rams. He grew up an LA Rams fan. Right. So now I don't know where he's heading. I don't know if he's going to retire. So that's going to be a story that we're going to be talking about for the next weeks to come. Julian Edelman likes the tweet urging wide receiver to join Tom Brady. Julian Edelman just signed a 3-year deal with the Patriots last year. He is going nowhere and nowhere far with Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
I think the tweet was not him signing with Tampa. I think it was Antonio Brown signing with Tampa.
No, it was a tweet.
It was for him?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. A fan posted something, you should be joining Tom Brady in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
And he liked the tweets. And that's the story.
Okay.
Let's meet the Patriots starting quarterback. Jarrett Stidham's hot wife, Kennedy Stidham. Well, the only thing we can talk about of Jarrett Stidham is not his throwing arm, it's his beautiful wife. Figure that one out. I think Patriot fans are going to be looking towards the draft on where they're probably going to be searching for their future quarterback. It's going to be very intriguing and very interesting in the next couple of weeks at the NFL draft.
Well, now between Jimmy Garoppolo and him, we know what Patriots quarterbacks do in their spare time.
There you go. NBA news. Members of the Nuggets organization test positive for COVID-19. More corona. Does anybody have a lemon? NBA to shut down teams' training facilities to staff. Players starting Friday. The NBA players will not be allowed to practice with their team's training facilities beginning Friday for the next couple of weeks because of corona. So We're going to see what is going on in the next couple of weeks and what the NBA is going to do, because the NBA season should be beginning again in June. These guys need to get back into shape and basketball shape. So it's going to be very, very interesting for the next couple of weeks. Pistons test 17 members of traveling party for Corona. It seems like everything is about Corona right now in the day of news. So obviously going to be testing for it. No Bulls showing signs of COVID-19, but will quarantine after the Nets news. Because they played the Nets about a week ago.
Right.
Nuggets not advised to take tests despite possible coronavirus exposure. Very interesting. I do not know why the Nuggets are not going to do the test. What are they trying to do? Drive fans away in May or June?
They're trying to strategically delay the season to benefit them, maybe. I don't know.
MLB news, MLB draft not actually expected to be canceled. Very, very interesting. I don't know how they're going to be doing this, because some of the players actually show up to the draft and accept their jerseys. I guess the players will not be there. So
right, I think they moved it out of the location already. They were going to do it in Omaha right simultaneously with the originally planned Little League World Series, but that could even be pushed too. But now they're going to probably do it virtually.
MLB to reschedule games planned for Mexico, Puerto Rico because of the corona fears. So now the major leagues are trying to figure out ways on how to maneuver games so they can get those games in before the baseball season or during the baseball season. So that's going to be very, very interesting as we progress before the season starts. MLBPA wants full year of service time if season is canceled. Season will not be canceled, ladies and gentlemen, so I wouldn't worry about that. There's no way in hell the Major League is going to throw away multi-million dollars of money that they can win and make. So that's not going to happen. And the last story of the day, MLB should absolutely recreate old-time home run derby show during coronavirus stoppage. Why?
Old-time home run derby show?
They're going to put it all together, all the old-time home run derbies, put them together and kind of mix it up like a show. I don't know. They're trying to put baseball on TV because there is no baseball right now. So they're trying to occupy the fans. So why not put the home run derby? Why would I want to watch that? As a baseball fan, I have no interest, no reason to watch an old home run derby, except when Hamilton was smashing the ball all over Yankee Stadium.
2008.
That would be the only home run derby I enjoy to watch. So that is the week in sports here on Below the Mic. As you guys know, you can call us at 631 Speedy
971-08070.
See, I'm going to have to figure that out because this is a new number. So if you guys want to call the show, we will post the show's number for the next couple of days so you guys will get the point on what number to call. And Speedy, that is nobody trying to call. I don't think so. So it would be ringing or vibrating, which you would sell a vibrator. You said that.
It vibrated twice.
Did it?
It did.
No, I didn't hear it vibrate. I didn't hear it vibrate twice.
It did. But
did you?
You're right. No, nobody was calling.
I figured. Anyways, I do want to get, and we are going to have two special guests on the show today. Our social media, yes, our two unbelievably talented social media guys and girls, Miss Jillian and Mr. Ricky. They're going to be calling the show at 6:20. That will be about 3 minutes from now. So once they get on the phone, we're going to put them through. But I do want to get into this story. And the story is right now is the NFL free agency market and trade market right now. And we've been talking about this for days, and there's really nothing else to talk about. There really isn't. And we might not be able to talk about it because we have Jillian and Ricky coming on. So let's put them through, Speedy. Welcome to the show, guys. How are we doing? Hello? Did we lose you guys? I guess we lost them. Check if they're going to pick up or anyways, they'll call back, Speedy. Do it a little bit faster and maybe they wouldn't be thinking that it was gone. Anyways, they're going to call back. Ricky and Jillian will be calling up the show in just 1 second. Speedy has problems with phones for some reason, and he has problems with vibrators. But I want to get into the free agent market because right now, the way the NFL is moving, and we have the callers again, so put them through. Now we got Ricky on. Speedy, why do you have such a problem putting people through on the phone?
They should be on.
Welcome to Below the Mic. Who we speaking to?
This is Ricky and Jillian. How you doing?
Oh, finally we get you guys. Finally we get you guys through. Is Jillian's phone not working very well over there?
Mine's working. Sure. Oh wait, I shouldn't answer that.
Well, Speedy's not very good. Speedy's not very good at answering phones, so he has problems.
Nothing wrong there, but okay.
He does everything wrong.
I did nothing wrong, but okay.
So how you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
We are good. We're here at Below the Mic, and we're here with Speedy Petey, who doesn't know how to use a phone. And he told me today, but if I had vibrators here at the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, he would sell them. So what do you guys think about that?
Speedy, what the hell, man?
That's what he told me.
Money talks.
Money talks. And he says he just wants to go and do his research and sell them online. So Speedy has to learn how to use them first. So
why do I care? I'm selling them.
You are going to have. You're going to have.
Why would I care about if I know how to use them? I'm not the guy helping the person use it.
Why not?
I'm selling it.
Well, maybe they'll buy you with it.
I am getting rid of it, essentially.
Well, but maybe they'll buy you with it.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Well, it's a part of my deal. It
was never part of the deal.
It's a two-way package, Speedy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
We're going to put you in a package.
Try again.
Anyways, guys, why don't we talk a little bit about the NFL free agency market, which we were talking about. We're just about to get into my monologue. I see your post. What do you guys think about what's going on in the NFL as we speak?
Well, I think that, a lot of people were waiting to hear if Tom Brady was going to stay with the Patriots or if he was going to go to another team, and we found our answer that he is going to play for Tampa Bay. And
were you guys surprised about that?
Interesting.
Were you guys surprised about that?
I called it. He did call. Ricky texted me. He's like, he's going to Tampa Bay.
How about you, Ricky?
I was. Oh wait.
You guys got to share the mic. You got to share it. You got to share it.
It only took about. It was kind of funny actually because Jillian and I were talking. Where do you think he's going? I'm like, I think it's Tampa Bay. And then about 2 hours, 3 hours later, it comes out, and I basically texted her, told you.
And I'm like, damn, you're right.
Well, I've been predicting that Tom Brady was no longer going to stay with the New England Patriots before the season even started last year. But I did not think he was going to Tampa. It really happened as the end of the season came around. There were stories coming out with Tampa that Tom Brady was interested in the Buccaneers because of their wide receiving core and the great offensive talent that they have over there. And Bruce Arians, who's an offensive genius. I thought that was one of the main reasons why Tom Brady went over there. But I was hearing stories that the Las Vegas Raiders were the team that he was heading over to. And I also heard throughout the grapevine before the playoffs were over was the Tennessee Titans. Mm-hmm. Tennessee decided to go.
That was the favorite for a while, yeah.
Tennessee was the team that signed Ryan Tannehill to $118 million, which had, to me, made absolutely no sense. You're paying Ryan Tannehill $25 million a year because he had one decent season with them, and in the playoffs, he threw about, 250 yards in 3 games. So, to me, I would not have overpaid a quarterback that played a good second half, that kind of money, especially going into the playoffs. And it wasn't really him. It was Derrick Henry, which they franchised. They didn't even give him an extension.
In the 2 playoff games they won, Derrick Henry threw just as many touchdown passes as Ryan Tannehill did.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What did you guys think about Slay getting traded to the Eagles? Speedy did not like that trade, and he thinks that he liked the trade for the Eagles.
It's a great trade for the Eagles,
but he hated the trade as far as the Detroit Lions. What did you guys think about the trade?
Ricky, go ahead.
Honestly, I forget what the Eagles had to give up, but I know
3rd round and 5th round pick.
Oh yeah. Then the Lions definitely screwed up because I think Darius Slay is really good. He was pulling the defense together, and it was and honestly, he was with him and I forget who else is on defense off the top of my head. But
their secondary is not very good. If that's
not
what
at
you're
all.
going for.
Darius Slay was the best player. Yeah.
They've had a
Exactly.
number 2
So
corner
giving
problem
up
for
him is
years.
basically the entire secondary core being dropped.
Right.
I'm very surprised that there were.
Chips.
I'm surprised that there were a lot of other teams not interested in Darius Slay. He's been one of the top 3 corners in the league for the last 4 or 5 years. He's still fairly young. He's 27 years old. He's got a lot. To me, I think he has a lot of tread left on his legs. This guy has also been fighting injury for the last couple of years as well. But I do.
But nothing major though. So
yeah, but
it's
it's still
concerning.
injuries, and usually when you have foot injuries that he has had in the last couple of years, usually it gets worse. And he has been playing on turf for the last couple of years, which gives you turf toe. Right. Now he's going to Philadelphia where he's going to be playing on grass, which I think will be a change for somebody like him playing 8 or 9 games now in Philadelphia where he's going to be playing on grass, definitely different from turf. Will it be better for him? I think it'll be better for him. I don't know how he's going to transition to it in 9 games because he really throughout the season he played probably 9 or 10 times on turf because of all the other stadiums that he plays in.
Chicago's natural grass, Green Bay's natural grass. I think where the Chargers were playing their soccer stadium or whatever, they were natural grass. So yeah, it probably is around 10.
So what did you guys think of what the Giants have done so far in the offseason? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, one of our posts today was that the Giants signed former Patriots special teams Nate Edgar, which I think a lot of people were happy about.
I don't know who's happy. I know Speedy's a Giant fan, and he wasn't very happy about it.
It's not a flashy move. It's just a special teams guy. So it's really
a flashy move because special teams is as important as the offense and the defense.
No, I'm not denying that.
But he's not. I'm not saying Slater.
Right.
I mean, he's not a star special teams guy.
Don't expect him to do much just on the defensive end. Is what I'm saying as a safety. So that's all it is. Nothing wrong with it.
Let me talk like Speedy. He's like a robot. If you ever listen to our shows, he's like a robot. I keep telling him, speak into the mic, Speedy. Speak into the mic. He talks like this. You sound like you're smoking cigarettes, and you don't smoke. You really
sound
do.
like I'm smoking cigarettes.
Yes, you sound like you're smoking a cigarette. You have like a cigarette on the side of your mouth, and you talk like this.
I sound like I'm smoking cigarettes.
You sound like a robot, Speedy. Every time you're on the show.
That time I was mimicking a robot.
Well, there you go. You put a little bit of enthusiasm into the mic, man.
Robots don't put enthusiasm.
Well,
I put enthusiasm.
Well, I didn't say you were a robot. You talk like a robot. I never said you are a robot. Anyways, what did you guys think about the Jets acquisitions? Adding some offensive line help. Joe Douglas said he was going to add some players to the trenches. That's been their problem for the last couple of years. Their offensive line woes. They are bringing back Winters, I heard, Speedy. So
oh, really?
That's what I heard. Yes, they're going to have to cut his. They're going to have to cut his salary to $7 million. If he cuts it down to $7 million, they will keep him. If he doesn't, they will get rid of him. So, what do you guys think about the acquisitions of McCovern, Font, and bringing back Lewis? What do you guys think about that?
So I thought those were good moves, especially for the O-line, or at least solid moves. If the O-line could just stay healthy and could just actually get it together for once, they have a shot at being the contender of the AFC East for once in, my life, because I don't remember, what was it, maybe like 10, 11 years ago? I was like 10 years old when the Jets last made the playoffs and weren't even the top. But
2010 was the last year they made the playoffs.
All right, stop sticking it to us, Speedy. I'm so sick and tired of hearing
telling him,
your robotic voice. Yeah, robotic voice. It scares me. Maybe I should go get a pan out of the kitchen and beat you on the head with it. How does that sound?
All right. You'll have to produce the rest of the show then.
Well,
I'll be knocked out.
That could make a great Instagram post.
It would. It would. You know what I would do?
Record it for us.
You know what I would do? I would tape him to the back of the wall and have him just like pretty much just laying there, pretty much like in a little daze. And every time he wakes up, I hit him in the head again with the pan. What do you think, Speedy?
Maybe I'll make a robot version of me so you can do that.
And maybe we'll put a vibrator in your hand so you can sell it.
Or would a robot know how to sell a vibrator?
I don't know, but you talk like one. I didn't say you were one.
Okay, I'll make a robot for you.
Speedy,
I can't wait for you to go home later, Google what a vibrator is.
Oh boy.
I can't wait for my robot self to appear in Errol's alter ego dreams. Ricky, you don't want to know what Errol's alter ego is.
Like Slim Shady.
Oh, man. Well, when I'm not on air, I do a lot of crazy things, and Speedy thinks I torment little animals, which I don't, but...
You think about it.
Well, I do not think about torturing animals.
Clearly you do.
No,
You bring it up all the time.
You call it torturing. You call it torturing. I don't call it torturing.
All right, if you insist.
I do insist. Anyways, I do want to get back into the NFL free agency, and I want to know your thoughts. And obviously, the Jets, I believe, made good moves. I think they need to add a wide receiver. I think they need to go find themselves a pass rusher. There are not many pass rushers still available. There is Jadeveon Clowney, and some stories that have come out in the last couple hours that don't count the Jets out of Jadeveon Clowney's sweepstakes. So I guess the Jets are still interested in Jadeveon Clowney. I just don't want to overpay for Jadeveon Clowney.
Well, apparently his market is lower, too, than he expected, too. He's not going to make as much as I think everyone was expecting him to. And
how much do you think he's going to make?
I think it's good.
50, 55?
Well, what, per year?
No, 55 contract, $55 million for 4 years. 3 years.
I think he'll get a little more than that, but I think it'll be more in the range of 16 per year, 17 per year, which is around, I think, 70 overall.
Interesting. How many sacks did he have last year? 9? 8?
I think it was 9.5.
Well, the Jets need that, but they had Jenkins there. Is Jenkins that much worse than Jadeveon Clowney?
Yes.
How could you say that? Jadeveon Clowney only had...
Jadeveon Clowney could power rush, speed rush, stop the run.
He had 3 sacks last year. He had 3 sacks.
In
16 games.
In 13 games.
Oh, so you think that's good?
He was.
So you're telling me
he was limited a lot.
Now I'm going to
certain
beat you on the head
games.
with a pan because you
he
are.
was limited in certain games.
You are an idiot.
Pete Carroll admitted that.
Hold on 1 second. He didn't only play for Pete Carroll. He played for the Texans too.
No, he didn't. He never played any games last year with the Texans.
All right, so he played 13 games with Seattle. 13 games with that defense. And you're telling me he only had 3 sacks.
That defense that has linebackers and
so that's your excuse. What
is their defense?
That's your excuse.
They have 2 good linebackers. They had a good interior defensive tackle in Jaron Reed, who was suspended for 6 games. Their secondary, outside of Shaquille Griffin, is nothing special. That's the defense you're really banking on?
I'm banking on this. 6 years in the NFL, and he only has 32 sacks. This is a guy that we're comparing to Lawrence Taylor.
He's a lot better than Jordan Jenkins. I didn't say he was
a lot better? Go look at Jordan Jenkins' numbers.
Jenkins is just a speed rusher.
Go look at Jordan Jenkins' numbers. They're just as good as Mr. Jadeveon Clowney. I will pay Jordan Jenkins $30 to $40 million for 3 years, then pay this idiot, I don't know, $16, $17 million a year for 4 or 5 years. I'm not paying a guy that got 3 sacks on Seattle last year. Sorry, not doing it. So I'm going to beat you on the head with a pan, not just hit you on the head with a pan. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Oh, God.
Maybe we should take you cockfighting.
Now you're back to random animal stuff.
Well, maybe I should take you cockfighting. I should take you cockfighting. I really should.
So weird.
What? You've never gone cockfighting?
We went over this 2 weeks ago.
Have you gone cockfighting?
No. Nor do I have any desire to go cockfighting.
Why not?
Why would I want to watch those animals beat each other up?
Well, because it's fun to watch.
No.
They don't die. At least some of them don't.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe they have corona.
Who knows? Are you going to go test them? Why don't you go test them?
Well, I'm not going to go test them. I don't want to get corona. So maybe we'll send you.
No. That is not happening.
How about if we give you a pan and you... Actually, I'll give you 2 vibrators and you can fight those cocks over. What do you think?
They wouldn't sell me the money I want.
What are you talking about? How do you know that a rooster...
All right, what is rooster currency?
Oh, we are talking to Ricky and Jillian, our 2 social media.
At least we're trying to.
I was going to say, maybe
I'm having some.
it.
I'm having some fun
No,
here.
that's a
I'm having
Latino.
some fun here with them, and I'm having some fun with you too.
I'm having fun.
I'm having great fun.
Great fun.
Yes, see, Speedy, they're having some fun. Maybe I should tell you to get me a pan so I could beat you on the head on live radio. What do you think about that?
No.
That would be funny. That would be a sales tactic for all the fans to watch.
Popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. I'll be eating my hamburger and watching this. No?
Oh, God.
How about if you plucked a cock? What do you think about that? A rooster. Have you ever touched a rooster before in your life?
Maybe when I was like 6 or something like that.
See what I'm talking about, guys? See what I'm talking about? So let's get back to the NFL. Let's get back to I'm done with the rooster talk. Anyways, let's talk about more of the free agency market that you guys have been posting. I got to give you guys a lot of credit. All the stuff that you post, and look at Speedy's face. He looks like a killer now. Looks like a serial killer. Looks like he's about
we're
to.
We're gonna go there again.
Yes, you look like a
You
killer.
may want to sleep with one eye open.
I might have to. I don't know what he carries in his back pocket. Well, I kind of figure what he's trying to sell them. So, anyways, so who are the winners and who are the losers right now in your guys' eyes? You, Jillian, who do you think is the winners right now and the losers right now in the free agency market for the NFL?
I think, Tampa Bay is definitely up there because they got Tom Brady. So obviously they're up there with the
Do you guys
for sure.
Do you really think Tom Brady leaving Bill Belichick is going to be the same quarterback he's been for the last couple of years? Remember, he's going to be 43 years old going into a season. Yes, he's got a lot of weapons, but he has no offensive line. They're going to have to go searching deep into.
This one.
Ricky, would you like to take it?
Go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been thinking for years about this. Basically, I don't think Brady would be anything without Bill Belichick. It's all
I agree
all
with that.
Belichick.
Look at you. Look at you guys. Maybe you guys should go cockfighting. You guys agree with everything, Maybe you should go with Speedy. Maybe you'll bet on the right rooster.
Now, Ricky, I just want to say.
Sell his vibrator.
Go ahead, Speedy.
I was going to ask if there's any coach among the available destinations you would want him, obviously besides Belichick, to be able to do. Don't you think it could be successful with Bruce Arians, who's done it with a lot of different veteran-type quarterbacks, both as an offensive coordinator and as a head coach? And he's also managed well in Arizona with a lot of bad offensive lines, too.
I think Arians has a shot, but at the same time, I think no one could do it really like Belichick.
No, I don't. I'm not saying
his
that.
offense is completely different.
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it's going to be the same. I'm saying it's
Tom Brady likes to step back 3 times and let it go. He's not going to be able to do that in Bruce Arians.
Oh, I agree. I'm not denying
back
that.
5 times.
I'm not
6
saying
times.
he's going to be the same thing as prime Tom Brady. I'm just saying he can be successful with weapons and with Arians if they can get some level of
Speedy,
tackles.
he's been in the same structure offense his whole career for 20 years. Now he's going in Bruce Arians' difficult offense. It's a difficult offense, and he uses wide receivers all over the field.
Carson Palmer did it, no problem.
Carson Palmer is not Tom Brady.
Okay, Carson Palmer played with the same team for 8 years or whatever.
Carson Palmer, when he played for the Bengals, he was a step-back quarterback. He would step back 4 or 5 times and release the ball deep. Tom Brady usually short passes. That's what he structures his game on. Short passes, and once in a blue moon, he'll throw a deep pass. Now he's got 2 or 3 wide receivers and a tight end in O.J. Howard that he's going to have to share the ball to. He's got to feed the beast. And I think he's going to have a problem over there with Bruce Arians.
Yes, because when's he ever had a problem spreading the ball around?
When he has no good offensive line. And his offensive line, this offensive line is going to be worse
No, it's bad.
than the Patriots' offensive line
I know
last
that.
year.
I said this is all in circumstance.
Boing!
If they draft the tackle, like
Boing!
They almost have to now, and if they at least
That's me hitting him in the head with the pot.
Improve some areas with their right tackle position. Marpet and Jensen are good inside, but they need tackles for sure. And again, O.J. Howard was used a lot to block last year. Don't be surprised if they don't improve the right side, if they try to do that too, and have Brate be more of a receiving tight end as well.
Guys, I want to know what you think about the wrestling situation. I've been reading some things about Vince McMahon and WrestleMania. He is thinking about still having WrestleMania, but without a crowd. without
Yeah,
a crowd.
it's going on, actually. It's going to be at the at WWE's Performance Center in Orlando, and it's now split into 2 nights. So it's 2 days of WrestleMania now, which is it's going to be very interesting to see how they pull that off.
What is this, like SmackDown and Raw without any fans? I've never been done before. I'm not going to have I haven't watched wrestling in a very long time, but do you think I'm going to want to watch a fake entertainment match when there's no fans screaming and going crazy out in the audience? Why would I want to watch that?
Errol, I would watch out with what you're saying now.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Getting angry.
Not at all. I'm just
speaking the truth.
That aspect of not having any fans, and to see, I think it's gonna lose that aspect of all that hype coming with all the fans there. So it's gonna be missing that special element that the fans that WWE Universe does bring. And as of right now, they're also doing like Monday Night Raw in the Performance Center without fans. They're doing everything without fans, which is it's interesting. We'll see how it goes. But I do miss being able to go to events and actually because it's different watching it on TV and being there and just the atmosphere when WWE when the superstars music hits. It's something you gotta have an audience with. Without it, I think you're just.
Yeah, I wish I had.
It.
I wish I had like a ladder sitting right next to me so I could beat Speedy with it. That would be really funny. Slam him on this table during a live show, and then maybe while he's like laying on top of the table, and before I drop the elbow.
TLC match.
Well, we'll call it vibrators and chairs. What do you think?
Knocked out by then.
The vibrators and chairs match. What do you think?
I'll be knocked out by then.
Hashtag it up.
There you go.
Well, you can post that up. We'll have. You know what you guys got to do? You got to get a picture of Speedy, a funny picture on his Facebook, and you call the match. You could put me against him, vibrators and chairs. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let's do that. I think that would be really funny. Who do you think will win in the vibrators and chairs match?
Errol.
What do you think, Speedy? Who do you think will win?
That wouldn't be easy. That would be too easy for you.
Why would it be too easy for me? I don't.
You have a chair and you're stronger.
And you have a vibrator.
That's irrelevant. Unless I electric shock you, that's my only chance. The only chance I have, which is a 1% chance, is electric shock.
Well, you could always choke me.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, man. I love Speedy. I love messing around with him on the show. But anyways, guys, thank you for calling.
Wait to see the match.
Well, I'm telling you, you got to post it up. Vibrators and chairs. I think you should call it Vibrators and Chairs match.
Ricky, let's get on that.
Yeah, take a picture.
We'll work on it.
I'm serious. It'll be really funny. I think it'll be really funny, and I think it will sell to the fans. Vibrators and Chairs match. Who do you think will win? Get a vibrator in Speedy's hand and a chair in my hand.
Of course you would win.
Photoshop skills need to come into work now.
Well, you can blind me with the indigo ones, Maybe it has a flashlight at the end of it.
That's a low percentage play.
What do you mean a low percentage? If you blind me with a flashlight vibrator.
All right. Your eyes are smaller than most of your other body parts. That'll make it hard.
And so is the vibrator.
You could hit me with a chair anywhere and have impact.
No.
It's called dual wielding.
Oh, man, Speedy. You are one sick, perverted man. You know that?
I'm not the one coming up with this fight idea. I'm just telling you what would happen.
Well, you guys got to look at some of our old pictures. Speedy wearing a girl's dress. I think you need to get that. Post that Vibrators and Chairs match. Have Speedy in the dress. I'll find it. I'll send it to you guys. And me standing over there on the other side with my shirt off, ready to hit him with a chair. What do you think? No, Speedy?
Well, Speedy has a vibrator as a weapon.
I'm already out of this. This is all your guys' enjoyment.
This is all your guys' enjoyment. Oh, guys, thank you for calling the show. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. I'm telling you, post up that thing. I think that'll have a lot of hits. I really do. If it's funny, it'll be really. I don't care what you guys do. Make it look funny. I think Speedy will enjoy it, right, Speedy?
I'm already not enjoying it. This is for the public to enjoy. I
Don't
will
take that as a
improve.
yes, then.
I will improve.
We'll take that as a yes.
I will
I'll take that as a
improve
yes as
ratings of social media at my sacrifice.
Oh, and guys, how do they find you on social media?
I have. I'm on Instagram at the real DBH.
The real
And,
DH.
And I'm on Instagram at GILLIN_COHEN on Instagram and Twitter.
Well, guys, if you guys check out the interview, you'll actually see that I made you guys a picture of both of you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that also.
So we're
Thank
watching
you.
the show.
So there you go. And every time you call the show now, we'll put that on. And maybe we'll add something funny to it, because I usually add something funny. Maybe we should show them something funny. Why don't we send them the Jeff picture? What do you think? Why don't everybody look at Jeff for a second? You guys take a look at this. This is a wonderful picture of Jeff. This really is. It's going to come up in just a few seconds, guys. Check out Jeff, the Wonder Man, who likes to sink into the bottom of it. There he is. Look at that beautiful face, man. Good old Jeff.
Oh my God.
Good old Jeff, and we're going to save Beef because Beef hasn't called the show yet.
Beeves is the one that I think is the funniest, and Keds I think is the funniest too.
Yeah, they are funny. But I didn't do anything to you guys because I respect you guys and I love you guys, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Post up that thing. Vibrators and chairs.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen if you send us that picture.
I will.
You send it. We will do it.
All right,
We
I'm going to
will
do
post
it. I'm going to do it. I'm absolutely going to do it. Thanks,
All right,
guys. Jillian and Ricky, guys, our social media people who work really, really hard every single day. And you guys, if you're not liking the posts that they post up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like it. I'm serious. Go out there and like their product. They really put a lot of time into our work. I love them. Both of them. Jillian's a sweet girl, and Ricky, young man who has a lot of talent, and both of them are moving up in the world. So I love those guys. They're coming home hopefully soon. Stay out of the corona's way, except if it has a line. Anyways, nice. There you go. You like that one? Mm-hmm. Look at that, Speedy. I made you laugh. I put a smile on your face. All right, guys. You can call us at 631.
Oh, God, I got to get the number
Well,
out
put the number up on there, Speedy. Put it up there. There you go.
631-971-8070.
How do you not remember that it's on our feed?
Because I have to go to this transition screen.
Well, use your brain here, Speedy. As you know, you can follow us by going to our website at worldwidesportsradio.com, and you can follow us on all our social medias. Read our blogs, guys. We have great stories right now. Evan put up 2 new stories, and obviously our morning boys, Ryan Hickey, has put up a new story as well, so check that out as well. When we come back, more in the NFL free agency market here on the Worldwide Sports Radio and Below the Mic.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Attention, fantasy sports fans. Does it strike you as odd that the popularity of fantasy sports continues to grow, but the game itself never seems to change? Drafting players to be a part of your fantasy team is cool, but are you looking for something new? If you're a sports fan and you actively look for new ways to have fun and compete while watching sports, you gotta check out StatementGames.com. That's StatementGames.com. Statement Games is a new, simple, yet innovative form of sports gaming that is changing the way thousands of fans view sporting events. With Statement Games, you select player and game props or statements to compete in tournaments for prizes. Sign up for free using your Google or Facebook account. No credit card or debit card information is required. Try StatementGames.com today and watch how we take fantasy sports to the next level.
StatementGames.com. That's StatementGames.com.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom when you drive her back from therapy.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing, and in your new role, we help you help. AARP gives you the information to help care for your mom so that you can have patience with her, just like she did with you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving or call 1-877-333-5885 to get practical health and wellness tips to provide even better care for your loved one.
Are we there yet?
Remember, visit aarp.org/caregiving. AARP. We help you help. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do you know the words of this song, Speedy?
No.
So why would you pick this track?
He sings most of it in a different language.
Why would you pick this track if you don't know the
words? It's a good
instrumental. Yeah, well, now you have to force
We only
me.
sing at the end of the show.
Well, I sing at all parts of the show. I have a terrible voice. I do. 631-965-4990. What is our other number, by the way?
That's why I was giving you a break from singing, first of all.
Well, that's because of it. And our number to call now is, I got to remember this, 631-971-8070. Again, it's 631-971, that's easy, 8070. As you know, you can go to our website at worldwidesportsradio.com, and you can find Speedy Petey and smack him on the head with a baseball bat. Or a vibrator. Anyways, I want to get back into the NFL free agency market. Wow, Speedy, you like this track. You're shaking your head, you're dancing. Did you actually dance to this song at one point of your life?
I doubt it, because I don't know where.
Has anybody seen Speedy dance before? Seriously. I mean, if anybody has never seen Speedy dance, well, you can come out for my birthday. It is one of the funniest things you'll ever see in your entire life. And he does draw a crowd, I'll tell you that. He does a lot of...
He drew your friends.
It did draw my friends, but he's like a Rockette, you know? It's big, Florent, you know, what do you call them? Flush kicks? What do we call them?
I don't know what they're called. I just do it. I don't know. I saw a Rockette show when I was like 7.
Well, is that where you learned your dance?
No. I just do random things.
You do. You do random things, that's for sure. It's definitely funny. It's something that you'll never forget. So if you guys ever want to watch Speedy dance, you come out for my birthday, April 28th, my birthday bash. But we'll see. We might have to push it off because of Corona with a line. Anyways, let's go into free agency. And we were just talking with a shout out to Ricky and Jillian for calling the show. They wanted to call the show today. Love those guys. They put a lot of time and a lot of work into our social media, and I really appreciate everything that they do for us. But how about the Rams? We were just talking about the Rams, but the Buccaneers. I mean, there were stories coming out the other day. What, are you going to tell me I'm taking shots at deers now?
No, you didn't do that yet. Of course, it could lead to that eventually.
Well, it could. I don't want to get into deer stories on this show. That's for sure. Anyways, but there were stories coming out from Tampa that there could be a reunion with Tom Brady and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown played one game in New England with Tom Brady. One game. One game. And they're talking about a reunion. I understand Julian Edelman. If there were stories coming out that they were going to drop him and he was going to go to Tampa, I understand that story. This story makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that anybody would think that Bruce Arians would bring Antonio Brown to that team where his team right now is young, talented, right, and they don't need Antonio Brown, as far as I'm concerned, as a wide receiver, why would he bring him in? No. I mean, this story is ridiculous. And the fact that people even thought that was going to happen is just absolutely ridiculous.
And plus, even if he's not going to be overly pricey, he's still going to be pricey where they're better off spending that money in other areas, getting offensive line help, getting secondary help, getting a running back. Go after Melvin Gordon. Why not?
Well, that's going to be an interesting thing right now because Melvin Gordon still has a lot of tracks left. Mm-hmm. And to me, he's got more left than Todd Gurley. Gurley has not looked good in the last couple of years. And as far as I'm concerned, running backs have a lifespan of 7 to 8 years. And Todd Gurley has been in the league for about 5 years. And I think he's done. I really do. I don't think he's fully done. I still think he can give you a good 900,000-yard season if he's put in the right offense. But he was in Sean McVay's offense, a very offensive game. And yes, it's a throwing pattern game, the way he likes to air the ball out. But the first year McVay took over the team, he was running all over the place, Todd Gurley. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, with the injuries that he fights and really all the off the field, and I'm not talking about off the field stuff like Antonio Brown, but off the field stuff, the guy can't stay healthy.
Injuries, yeah.
He just, every time, he didn't get hurt on the field. There was a couple of injuries.
It was arthritic knees, right?
Yeah. He was getting hurt off the field. So I think Todd Gurley, if anything, I would say Tampa looking at Todd Gurley. Because I think Bruce Arians' offense is run through a power back.
But that's another problem with a bad offensive line, though.
But he's a power back. Melvin Gordon's more like a
I wouldn't say he's a pure power back, though. He's a well-rounded running back.
I think he's more of a power back. I really do. I mean, now with his knees and everything that's going on with his knees, I think he's going to be a power back. I don't think he's going to be able to do the things that he does on the outside of the field, unless he's going to drop a lot of weight. And this is a big running back. Melvin Gordon
Sure.
is a lot smaller than him.
Okay.
But I also Todd Gurley's a big man.
I also think, too, obviously, one, with the injury risk, and two, with the tackles being iffy, Melvin Gordon has, throughout his career, played behind more bad offensive lines than Todd Gurley has. Todd Gurley played behind one last year in the limited times that he did play, but Melvin Gordon seems like pretty much he's played behind a bad offensive line his whole career, and he's better at creating his own runs, where I think that would help him a lot more. Gurley is probably a better receiving back, which helps in Arians' case, which is a pass-happy offense. But again, for similar amounts of money, I think Gordon's just better all around. It's not like Melvin Gordon's a bad pass-catching back. He just never has gotten the reps as much.
Broncos release Mr. Flacco. And here's the thing. I think Flacco still has enough tread on him where he could be a backup quarterback in this league. I really do.
He'll go back to the Ravens.
No, I really would like to see the Jets bring him in. You have Joe Douglas there. He was a part of the organization when they drafted Joe Flacco. Flacco won a Super Bowl MVP. He was a Super Bowl champion. I think he'd be great to be in the corner of Sam Darnold and work with Sam Darnold and be behind Sam Darnold as a backup quarterback. That's where I think Joe Flacco would fit with the Jets. One of these organizations that had either a GM that worked for the Baltimore Ravens or an organization that has Raven executives a part of the organization, because I think Joe Flacco still has a little bit to give to some of these young quarterbacks. And even though last year there were stories coming out of Broncos camp that he wasn't helping, what's his name again? The young quarterback that they brought in. Locke. Mm-hmm. They were not helping Locke. He wasn't helping Locke. I think that Flacco going to the New York Jets with Sam Darnold, I think that would be a very good help for someone like Sam. And he's a good backup quarterback because Sam, let's be honest, he can't stay healthy. We have to see if Sam could do it in a 17-game season now. So, which is a significant amount. Adding another game is like adding 2 more games to the NFL in my eyes, especially to their legs, their arms, and their bodies. So I'm interested to see. And I don't know how this CBA came out. Did anything come out with as far as preseason? Are they going to cut?
Yeah, they're cutting one preseason game.
Well, that's not much. I mean, you're still going to have 3 preseason games. And I don't know. I like the CBA rule because I'm going to see more football. But for a player, if I was an NFL player, I would not like the CBA rule. And I don't feel like I'm making enough money in the first 2 or 3 years to really accept this, because it's going to take till 2022, 2023 for it to feed where an average player is going to make $1 million a year. So I think that with all these acquisitions and some of these free agents that are out there, these older free agents, you have to look, are they capable of staying in the NFL and competing? Tom Brady is a freak of nature. He's just a freak of nature. His training, his ability to stay on the field is absolutely ridiculous. Is this going to be the same Tom Brady we've seen? We've said this over and over again. I do not think it's going to be the same Tom Brady. And anybody that thinks it is, obviously you haven't watched Tom Brady for the last 2 years. He has not been the same quarterback. So, and this is a different offense. This is
right.
This is why I've argued this. Who's better, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady? I've argued this over and over again because Tom Brady's been under the same offense for 20 years. Same coach, same offense, same everything. Yeah, different players, but it's the same offense he knew. Now he's going to Bruce Arians. He's never been in this situation before. He hasn't been in a situation like this since Michigan. I think he's going to be put in a situation where, who knows, he could be good. It could take him a couple of games, 6-7 games to figure things out on who his weapons are or what his weapons are capable of doing.
Yeah, they're a little different in terms of the weapons than what they've had in New England, because the Patriots usually don't prioritize bigger-bodied receivers, which is what Mike Evans is, and Chris Godwin to an extent too is pretty big for he's fast, and then he's bigger as well. So it's a little different in that sense, but it's also more talented receivers. Probably besides Randy Moss, more talented receivers for being that young than he's ever had too. So it'll be different in that sense, different types. But the tight ends are going to be similar. He's always prioritized his tight ends. O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate are both good there. And again, if Arians didn't think he would fit, I don't think they would have signed him in the first place. So I think he trusts his own coaching ability at this point for the 2 years. It's a 2-year contract to be able to do something like that. If he didn't trust
$30 million.
If he didn't trust that, I don't think Jason Licht would have gone after him. So I think Arians definitely had influence into that.
Well, I also think it's Tom Brady, and he thinks that Tom Brady could be put in any single offense and it'll work.
But the Tampa was never on anyone's radar until only recently.
Well, because of the weapons he has. Tom Brady had the Chargers. I think the Vegas Raiders actually stepped away from the talks because there were stories coming out from Raider camp, I think a couple of weeks ago, that John Gruden is going to keep Derek Carr. Which I was very surprised because I was hearing stories after the season that he wasn't. But I guess he sat down with Derek Carr and they fixed things up because he decided to stick with Derek Carr, which I think is the right thing to do. Derek Carr is in the prime of his career. To bring in a veteran quarterback that's 43 years old, you have to expect to win now. And I still think they're at least 2 years away from being a championship competitive team. But I love what John Gruden did last year. I really do. But what do you think about these moves Minnesota has made in the last couple of days?
That is strange what they're doing. I don't know why
rebuilding because they gave Kurt a lot of money.
Right, and then they trade Diggs. I mean, they got
Diggs and him don't get along.
They got
just him and Thielen.
They got a decent return for Diggs, which is fine, but again, they got to replenish a lot on defense now. They already have issues with their offensive line. They were a little better last year, but again, they got rid of Josh Klein, who was a good guard. They got rid of Everson Griffin. They got rid of Xavier Rhodes. It seems like they're just purging assets for whatever reason. Now, granted, they've always been a good player development franchise, so maybe you can trust them in that sense to be able to replenish that, but again, it's still hard to do it all at once in that division, which is already pretty good, and in a tough NFC. And also, again, with 2 years left for Kirk Cousins, this is a veteran quarterback, a 32-year-old quarterback. This is your window. Why are you trying to purge assets now? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I do believe the reason why they gave Kirk Cousins that extension because of the 49ers. I think the 49ers, if they weren't going to get him in a trade, they were going to wait until the offseason next year, and they were going to bring Kirk Cousins in. And who knows, maybe they trade Jimmy Garoppolo or send Jimmy Garoppolo another place. So I'm very surprised that Kirk Cousins got that much money and a 2-year extension after giving him $80-something million, and that was all guaranteed money. So it made no sense. But Kirk Cousins, the last 2 years in Minnesota, say what you want, statistics show that he's had a very good 2 years with the Minnesota Vikings.
Right, which makes it less reasonable to cut other players because of it. Kirk Cousins can deserve his extension all he wants, but again, that doesn't mean you have to cut everyone else with it.
How about this? When you think of what the NFL is doing right now in free agency and how many acquisitions and so many moves, and we talk about GMs and what these GMs are doing and trying to rebuild their teams and stock up on certain positions like the Jets with the offensive line, the Giants trying to build their defense, add veterans to that defense. What player right now that's still available is a player that you would bring to your team right now? There are a lot of them pretty much signed. There are a couple of running backs that are available. There's a couple. Jadeveon Clowney is still available. I do not want Jadeveon Clowney. If he's expecting 16, 17 million, I would stay away from him. If I was the New York Jets, I would stay away from him. But what guy that is available right now in free agency that is a big name that you could say that would, if he goes to that team, is he going to make a big difference to that team? That's the question.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because a lot of them are going to be pass rushers at this point. Every other position seems to have them off the board. A lot of corners have gone already.
Robbie Anderson's still available.
Robbie Anderson, I mean, like I said, he
thought he was going to get $12-13 million. I don't even think he's going to get that.
Right, he's a 3 really at best, and
I think he's a 2.
You think he's a 2?
I think he's a 2. If he's averaging, and if you look, and I understand, you're going to say, well, it was 3 or 4 games, he got 700-800 yards. Mm-hmm. To me, it doesn't matter. If you're getting 800 to 900 yards, you're a 2. That's what a 2 does. What does a 1 do? He gets you 11, 12, 1,300 yards. What does a 2 do? He gets you, between 9 and 1,000. And that's Robbie Anderson. He is a 2. Is he a bona fide 2? No, he's not a bona fide 2. He's a 2. Is he a great 2? No, he's not. But he's available, and I'm surprised that Oakland didn't go after him. I wouldn't be so surprised if, and I think when you look at the big picture, I could see the Bucs going after Robbie Anderson. Why not? They need a deep threat guy. They have two guys that are big and
I
strong.
don't think they need a deep threat guy, though. Now, he would fit in what Arians likes to do because Arians has done well with smaller, faster
You won't have
receivers.
to pay him a lot of money, especially if he goes to play with Tom Brady.
I think they're better off spending that money in other areas. Stay away from wide receivers. If you want to draft the gem, maybe in the 4th or 5th round, because Arians did that in the past with Arizona. He found some good gems late in the draft. If you want to do that, okay.
How about Kenyon Drake?
I think you're he franchised. He's franchised.
Oh, they franchised him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very surprised they franchised Kenyon.
He played really well with Arizona.
He
Makes
did.
sense.
He did, but they added Hopkins, and Hopkins is going to see the ball a lot with Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very surprised you haven't seen them make any acquisitions for the offensive line. They have one of the worst offensive lines in football, and I understand you think you're going to stock up in the draft. You gave up a lot of draft picks for Kyler Murray to move up to Kyler Murray.
Right, so you're essentially going to have to rely on definitely drafting a tackle now because now you don't need a...
Where are they drafting?
They're number 8. Now they don't need a receiver. Every mock draft previously linked him to a receiver. I didn't know why. And now you definitely don't need a receiver. So now it's a must to get a tackle at that number 8 pick. And again, you'll have to bulk up the interior in later draft picks and hope to draft well, really. It's because you're running out of money and you're running out of time, really.
Well, they're running out of time because you moved up to get Kyler Murray and you decided to give up on Rosen, and that's not a call, Speedy. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
But to me, when you look at the big picture right now, the team that really got better and they didn't have to make that many moves is the Ravens. They added Campbell to that defense that is still one of the top defenses. They didn't lose any defensive players in the offseason.
They did. They lost Michael Pierce. They lost their nose tackle.
That's not big.
Yeah, it is. He's a good run stopper.
He's a good run stopper, and they added Campbell, and they can with the players that they have on the bench. You look at run stoppers. To me, you can add anybody to clog up the middle. You can add any big man to clog up the middle. I'm sorry, I'm not paying Michael Pierce, who's probably going to get tons and tons of money.
He got signed by the Vikings.
For how much?
I think it was $8 million a year.
That's not bad. That's not a lot of money for a guy that But I'm surprised. Snacks is still available.
Yeah, he is.
Snacks is still available. I would put Snacks there. You don't have to pay Snacks a lot of money. What are you going to pay him? $2-3 million a year? I would go after Snacks.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that can clock up the middle. You don't need to spend any money. And they added Campbell, who I think is still one of the best pass rushers in all of football.
Yeah, 3 years, 27, so $9 million a year for Pierce. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad move to let him go. I'm just saying it is still a loss on defense. Brandon Williams is fine as a nose tackle. The problem is he's been dealing with injuries. And Campbell, as good as he is, he's not a nose tackle type in a 3-4. He's a 3-4 defensive end.
And how about Tua? I mean, there's stories coming out that Miami invited Tua to come down and check out the facilities over there, which usually means that they're probably going to draft him at their number 1 pick. They have 3 number 1s in this year's draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. 5, 18, and 26.
So they have 3 number 1 draft picks. I could see Tua going 5 to Miami. If he doesn't go 5 to Miami, he's probably going to go to the Chargers. And that's where I think he's heading. I think he fits better with the Chargers than Miami, but again, I think Tua is a big name, and Miami's trying to make a splash, and everybody knows Miami, the Miami Dolphins owner, loves big names, loves them. He's from New York. He loves big names. So
usually for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but I think Tua's still going to be a good quarterback.
No, I'm not saying Tua would be the wrong reason. I'm saying they're past.
Okay, guys, when we come back, we're going to get into some baseball conversation. There were stories coming out on the major leagues. What is the Players Union going to do with some of these contracts if the season gets cut short? We will get into that when we come back here on Below the Mic.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave. But unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/bloodpressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Air drums.
Speedy is an idiot. He knows how to use vibrators. He come in here. I wanna kick him in the butthole. 631-965-4990. That was the first number. The new number is 631-971-8070. I love this track. You see, this is a track that I want to write to. I will write to this song.
All right. Next week, get on it.
I will. You got to send me the track, and I will write a song. I will do this on one show. I will write lyrics to the song that fit to the song, and then I will sing it during our show, or re-rhyme it on our show. It'll be really, really fun.
Now you're singing a different language.
Yeah, I don't know the track, but I know I know the track, but I don't know the words. As you guys know, you can follow us by going to our website at worldwidesportsradio.com. Now I want to get into this baseball conversation, and there was a story coming out today that Speedy actually relayed to me before the show started, that the major leagues, the MLB, is right now trying to negotiate something with the players and the players' union that if the season is cut short, yes, if the season is cut short, that the MLB, what, Speedy? You can give that to me, Speedy, because I don't know what you're doing. What was the story? I got it.
The story was that Major League Player Union they're filing a complaint against the owners who are apparently not going to pay them their full salaries if the season is cut short. Obviously, there's no announcement on how long the season's going to be cut short yet. Rob Manfred has not said that yet, but the season is going to be at least pushed to mid-May, which leads us to believe that the season could be cut short. So as a result, they would not get their full salaries of what they were able to get paid this year. They would probably have some formula to figure out how much they would get paid. They would get paid for whatever the game amounts are, etc. And then there's also a matter of service time, which could affect future arbitration hearings and future contracts with players too, which obviously means they wouldn't get paid as much as quickly either. So they're filing that against the owners right now.
Well, they're filing grievances right now to the ownership and the GMs of the MLB. Now, I understand what the players are saying. And to me, I don't care if it's half season, full season, they should make all the money that was offered to them. The contract is a contract. Right. It states in the contract they should get paid. Now, let me ask you guys a question. If you're a player and you get hurt, like Yoenis Cespedes, who's been hurt practically 2 years, he still got paid all his money. He got every single dime from the New York Mets. every single dime. If it wasn't from the Mets, it was because of the insurance policy that every single player, every single team has an insurance policy on every single player. If they miss a certain amount of games or a whole season, that the insurance policy will pay the player. So why is it that right now where the league is, and because of the coronavirus right now, that the league is saying to the players that if the league is cut short for the season, that all the players aren't going to make their full contract money for that year.
Right. Especially since it's guaranteed money. Guaranteed money is guaranteed money.
Now,
no
this
matter
is
how bad a contract could look.
This is another bad thing, and it's going to be another hex on Rob Manfred's, career as the commissioner of the major leagues. Mm-hmm. You see the Astros situation, that wasn't handled right. And now this situation, remember, the players don't have any say in Rob Manfred keeping his job, but the owners do. And if the players tell the owners they don't like Rob Manfred or they don't like the situation that they're in under Rob Manfred's reign, well, then the owners are going to have to look at that because if the players aren't very happy where they are, they're going to want to be traded. And they're going to want out of the organization, especially if the owner's not listening to their star players like a Mike Trout or an Aaron Judge or a Mookie Betts or any one of these guys that are superstar players in the league. Mm-hmm. So my thoughts with the major leagues and in the MLB is Rob Manfred should not be making a deal with the players union. He shouldn't make a deal with anybody, any of the players or any of the owners. Here's the deal. Your contract states you're making $19 million for that year. You're making $19 million. It doesn't matter how many games, 50, 60, 100, 150, 162. If your contract states that you're going to get paid that money, that's what you get paid.
Right, and also there's going to be outliers both ways too, where you're going to have guys that maybe if they played a shortened season, strived in that, and then would have fallen off, or vice versa. So you just don't know. You don't know what would have happened. Obviously, there still can be a full season. We don't know that yet. But there also could be a shortened season where we don't know how the stats would have lied and how the impact and, again, the WAR, the other analytical stats for win probability, how that would have mattered. So, it could have been many different combinations. That's why you can't just get rid of the money just because there were less games. We don't know. Players do that.
There was a story coming out that Pete Alonso grants longtime Mets fan her biggest wish. There was a story coming out of New York Mets camp, which he's right now at the New York Mets camp. He actually reached out to a New York Met fan who's about, I forget how old she is. She's a pretty old, I think she's 82. She just turned 82. And Pete Alonso actually sent her an autograph. It looks like an autograph picture of him, and he actually goes on Skype and sits and talks to her for a significant amount of time.
She knows how to use Skype? Nice.
Well, they probably set it up for her because he can't go over there to her house.
Right.
Because of the coronavirus.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, but she would know how to use Skype.
Well, nice. I'm sure somebody went over there, or her daughter or her son, somebody helped her. But it's an interesting story because Pete Alonso is becoming a superstar, not only in the Mets world, but in the Yankees world too. You're talking about the biggest superstars in New York right now. You would say the Yankees, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge didn't play a whole season last year. Pete Alonso did. Pete Alonso hit 50 home runs last year. Aaron Judge hasn't hit 50 home runs in 2 years. Mm-hmm. So right now, the big name right now in New York is not Aaron Judge. It's probably Pete Alonso, or you could probably look at Torres. Gleyber Torres is another young stud who hit 40 home runs last year, but he's a shortstop. But the big superstar is Pete Alonso. And Pete Alonso, he said he has done everything right. He has done every single thing right as far as what I've seen on and off the field for the New York Mets.
Very selfless superstar, too.
Absolutely. Chris Sale to undergo Tommy John surgery. It's a very, very interesting story because a lot of people are playing fantasy and they're starting to pick their fantasy teams. One, my chief, who reached out to me to help me and Speed have been helping him pick his team right now for his 12-man fantasy league for the Suffolk Police. And we've been picking out some players for him. And thank God we didn't tell him Chris Sale because obviously the last year and a half, Chris Sale has not been the same player. And a lot of people believed when the Red Sox made that trade for Chris Sale, a lot of owners and a lot of GMs didn't like the trade because not that Chris Sale wasn't a good pitcher.
They gave up too much.
And Chris Sale's throwing, the way he throws the ball on, going low and using a lot of his arm and his elbow.
It won't help him age well.
And the way he throws hard, he throws 96, 97 miles per hour. A lot of people thought that eventually he's going to need Tommy John surgery, and it comes out today that he's going to need Tommy John surgery, which means he's not going to play at all this year and probably won't play until midseason next year. So the Red Sox, who just gave him a huge contract last year, is going to be sitting out without Chris Sales for at least 2 years. So, yes, he won a World Series because of cheating, and that's what you brought Chris Sales in, is to win a World Series. But also, you paid him a significant amount of money. I think it was $140, $150 million. Right. And now you're not going to have him for almost 2 years. And that's 2 years less on his contract that you're going to have to pay him. So let me ask you this question. Even though there's a half a season, Chris Sale is out for the season. He's not going to get paid all his money. He's absolutely going to get paid all his money.
It's guaranteed money. Guaranteed money is guaranteed money.
So I don't understand this situation right now that Rob Manfred and the owners think that they're going to get over on the baseball union and say, you know what, we're not going to pay them. I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay them. You pay injured players, you're going to have to pay him. So I don't understand.
You have to account for every circumstance. Players could leave on personal leave all the time, then they're gone for a week or two, and then they don't play for a while. They get hurt. Things happen, and the circumstances have to be constant no matter who you are in order for paying players. It's guaranteed money. You pay guaranteed money to everyone.
Could I pay guaranteed money to beat you on the head with something?
How much?
Well, it's not going to be a six-figure.
Well, then no.
You think somebody's going to give you six figures to beat you on the head with something? Nobody's going to give you six figures. I don't think anybody will give you $5 to do that.
Okay, well then no deal.
Well, it's a deal for me. I could do it anyways.
Oh, God.
When do you think baseball is going to start? May or June?
I think it will be June because I think May. I think they're going to try to wait it out until mid-May, and then they're going to see what happens, kind of thing. But I feel like there's going to be another setback, or they're going to maybe ease the season. And I think what they'll end up doing, I do think they'll try to play the full season, but I think there's going to be a lot of double headers mixed in, and I think the season will end later as a result. But again, they're also trying to account now for the amount of reduction in terms of the games. Obviously, how much would you delete? How much would you get rid of interleague play? How would you manage with the schedule is going to be the question. So, again, I don't know how they could do that without trying to keep the full season. Again, unless they just play, all right, this is what your second half schedule would have been. But that could be caused it to be lopsided. So I think that's what they're going to try to do. And as a result, I think you're going to see a lot more double headers as a result as well because of that. Because, again, I don't think they want to extend it where it goes all the way to the 2021. I think you're going to see it where they're going to at least keep it in the calendar year, but at the same time, there are going to be teams that benefit in those circumstances if those schedules are uneven. So I think they are going to try to make it where it's 162 games still, no matter what, even if it means playing maybe 20, 21 double headers in a season.
631-971 8070, right? I think it's 8070.
8070.
Yeah, there you go.
I always forget the 971. You
I'll
always forget the last
I'll have to post it so I will remember it because it keeps going back and forth. But I want to apologize to the fans if we're going in and out of our radio show. There's some internet problems, but eventually it will get fixed, especially when we're done with the show. But there you go. It's working now. Don't touch anything, Speedy. But I do want to finish up with this particular story that is coming out right now. I know a lot of people in sports are upset, especially, a lot of people that are sports fans are upset that there are no sports going on right now. And I'll tell you this, it's very, very hard to speak about sports on a radio show when there's no sports going on. It really is. And that's why we do debates and we do all these different topics that kind of throw off sports, make people laugh, and have them be entertained for a couple of hours where we can have you laughing and then you can go home or hang out with your girlfriend or hang out with your boyfriend or whatever, whoever's listening to the show, and enjoy themselves after the show. There is a story coming out that baseball fans are, if baseball is not going to happen this year, and this is what I've read through a story, that fans are going to have, they're going to go crazy. They're going to do stupid things off the field. I'm talking about, you saw what happened in the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia fans after they won the Super Bowl, turning cars over.
Classic Philadelphia.
It happened. What college team that won national title? That happened to a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it Villanova?
I don't think it was Villanova. There were other fans that something happened. I forget what college. It was either college football or college basketball that they were flipping over cars and burning cars down. I think it was Virginia. If it was whoever won that, Virginia and Georgia Tech, whatever.
Virginia won last year, so
then it was that year.
Okay.
So and
I had to be reminded of that.
Why?
Because I always picked on Virginia.
Well, I'll pick on you because you were.
I was right on them.
You sit here like you don't know what I'm talking about, and then you all of a sudden you remember, and then you spit it out. So I don't know, but I think fans take sports a little too far, and I understand fans are upset that there are no sports going on. A matter of fact, I'm one of those fans that are not happy sports aren't going on.
We would be watching the NCAA tournament right now,
but things happen. We're lucky to be alive. We're lucky to be eating. We're lucky to have food. We're lucky to have shelter. Some people aren't as lucky around the world. And I understand people are upset and they're mad that sports is some people's lives. You know, you go to work all day. You work your ass off at work. You come home. You take a shower. You eat dinner. And what do you want to do? You want to watch sports. Or you want to play video games. You could still play video games, but you can't watch sports. And I think that's what bothers a lot of fans right now, that they got nothing to do. After work, the malls are closed for 2 weeks. There's nothing open right now. There's no restaurants. There's no bookstores. There's nothing open right now. So there's nothing in people's eyes that can occupy them enough where they can live without sports. But does that mean you're going to go out and cause havoc throughout the nation, throughout the streets? Now, I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of movies being Gangs of New York. If you watch the movie, at the end of the movie, the people go nuts because they're all getting drafted and they're all getting put in a draft and nobody wants to go into the draft. So they're attacking the rich people because the rich people don't have to go because they got money and they're paying off the world with COVID-19. We don't know how to stop it. We're trying to figure it out right now as a nation, as a world. And eventually we'll figure this out. And I think we'll get through this. We get through everything. We got through World War I. We got through Korea, even Vietnam when we shouldn't have even been there.
Right.
We get through things. Desert Storm, even the Twin Towers going down. And that was sad and hurtful and so many things. So many people, so many innocent people died. Same thing with this. Many innocent people are dying from COVID-19. Many. There are many people that die every single year that nobody even talks about. From the flu.
Right.
From pneumonia. From HIV or AIDS or cancer. There are tons of people that die every single year. And yes, we still have sports. We still have music. We still have all this stuff going on, beaches and snowstorms and all that other stuff to build a snow castle, whatever the heck, sand castle, whatever. You don't go out and you don't cause havoc because the sports aren't going on right now.
Plus, again, all you're doing is potentially causing more harm where it could delay it even more. If you're outside in these large crowds, we're advised not to be in large crowds, you're going to end up, again, causing more harm outside, causing more harm around people. Public places, and just accept it right now. There's nothing we can do as the public. We're not in power of anything like that. It's just like those people partying yesterday, going to Miami anyway. Just stop being selfish and stupid.
As you guys know, you can call us at 631-971-8070. And you can call us at 631-965-4990. When we come back, we'll...
Sports Radio Network. Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate. Membership fees and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next-door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to drive like me for it to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your fly. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing bottom line. Treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look, time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs: face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could
on the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
All right, Speedy. Bring it down so you can read the words.
Welcome to your life. There's no to find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature.
As we are every single Thursday with the wonderful voice, well, whatever you call it, of Speedy Petey. As you know, the number is 631-971-8. As everybody knows.
Thursday tradition.
The Thursday tradition of that track. Love it. Adore it. Hopefully we don't have to hear Speedy sing it all the time. But it's not that bad. SpeedyShow.com. I'm hoping that in the next week and a half, our app will be up. Yes, our app will be up. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a long time, but there's a couple of things that need to be fixed on it. But hopefully it'll be up, so we're not going to have any problems with that. Speedy, there was a story that came out in the NBA that the NBA will be having charity basketball events to raise money for this COVID-19. I'm very surprised with this because they canceled the NCAA March Madness. They put a suspension on the NBA season, but they're going to play basketball charity games. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, again, it's for this research for the coronavirus, and maybe, I guess, in this essence, they're trying to make it where if all their players are healthy, they can at least play. Again, it's not going to be anything significant. They're not going to be 100% effort games. They're going to be exhibition games. So that could help them potentially get more funding to help people get more tests and help this issue go away faster. So I don't mind it in that sense. It might hurt in terms of just the individual NBA coming back, but it might help in terms of getting other things back faster too, and getting people back to living their lives, really, because they've been, again, having to be quarantined, having to work from home, stuff like that. So it could help in that essence, even if the NBA is, in essence, taking a sacrifice.
I think the NBA as a whole is an organization that's trying to make money, just like the NFL is trying to do that still, where there's no, obviously this is not the football season, but free agency market, and this is the only thing that anybody is talking about when it comes to sports. You can't go to the NBA free agency market because the NBA season's not over and the playoffs haven't even begun. If the season were to start today, we would practically be in the playoffs. We would be right into the playoffs. But because the NBA season was suspended, I think with 16 games left, by the time the NBA comes back in June and they finish those 16 games, if they finish those 16 games, you got to go through the playoffs. It won't be over until mid-August, end of August for the NBA season.
Right.
And you think about that, and then the NBA season starts in October, you're going to have to push it off. This might change everything for the NBA. Everything.
Mm-hmm. If they don't push it off, too, there's going to be a lot of load management in the beginning of the season, so that will have the season struggle in its own essence, too. I just think in terms of, one, keeping the guys that are healthy, at least that we know of, in basketball shape, it's a good thing. I mean, again, they're not going to play high-intensity games. They're going to play recreationally. They're going to play 3-on-3,
but that has nothing to do with COVID-19. It doesn't matter how you play recreational.
Well, no, it's right. It's a charity game. It's a charity game.
One game or many games?
Many games. There's going to be many games.
So you're going to play many charity games. Why don't you just start the NBA season? Why don't you just start the NBA season with no fans and get through the regular season so you can have the playoffs when...
Well, I don't mind it for the money purposes, though. If they're going to donate this to charity to help the cause...
So donate the last 16 games for charity instead of playing charity games.
Okay, so you're saying all ticket sales... Well, no, there's not going to be any ticket sales. Well, there's no ticket sales anyway, but any revenue they get is going to go to this...
How are they going to get revenue if the fans are not allowed to go to the games?
No, I'm talking about the team revenue and the TV revenue kind of thing.
Okay, so they're going to play games without any fans in front of a camera so they can sell and make money for revenue to help people for COVID-19. Is that what you're saying? Or charity, whatever.
Because
how are they making money from
I'm trying to
charity?
figure out how the NBA playing the NBA actual games would help for the charity. I'm trying to figure that
Well,
out.
how are you going to have a charity game and actually make money through the charity if there's no fans there? How are you making money?
It might be a collective thing with the players.
So why can't you do that? Why can't you do that in regular 16 games left of the NBA season?
Maybe they're trying to make it where it's not just us that are trying to come back. We're doing it to help other people too, get tests that can't afford to get tests. Or, again, other people that have trouble.
What are you talking about, the COVID-19?
Yeah,
right now,
right.
the tests will be out fully for every single hospital and every single doctor's office that's open, and it will be free. The test will not cost 1 cent to anybody here in the United States. So the tests have nothing to do with the money. So you can't.
It could help speed up the process, though.
Speed what process up? What are you talking about?
Testing people.
Testing
so they
people
know if they have
takes 5 seconds to test somebody, Speedy. Takes 5 seconds. When you get a flu test, how long does it take? They either send it to the hospital to get even further tests. They usually know if you have it or you don't.
Sure, but it also is more money means more availability, which means it can get done in a faster amount of time. Now, I don't know who's been tested and who's been not. I don't know what percentage of the population, but
the test just came out like in the last couple of days.
Right. So it's a large percentage of the population that could be tested where that process could be done in maybe 5 less days if they had all this extra money.
So let me get this straight. The NBA, they want to have charitable games so they can make money to raise money for COVID-19 and some of the families that don't have money. That's what they're doing. Instead of having and starting the regular season where there's 16 games left, play the 16 game. Let all the teams play their 16 games and sell and give all the money that they make throughout their charity, posing on the TV, whatever the heck they're going to be doing. Why can't they do it?
So you want to have it through the players' charities, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that. What I'm saying is the NBA should finish the season. If they don't have to have fans. If they're trying to make money through a charity, use the games as the charity games as the rest of the regular season. And then whatever you make from the 16 games that they have left for each team, it goes to charity.
Okay,
that's what I would do.
That's fine.
Why have a charity game where you're still putting the players at risk to get COVID-19? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. That's reasonable. I just didn't know if there's any way to do that with the teams. So that's what makes it hard. Because I think the way they were doing it and having it set up was individual based or maybe just small groups.
I don't know. I think the NBA needs to start worrying about when's the season going to start and stop worrying about charity games. All these players have millions and millions of dollars, and so did and the NBA is $1 billion organization. If they want to give and donate charity money, go dig inside your pockets and send charity money to some of these organizations. You don't need to have charity games to take money from us. The players should be opening up their pockets like Russell Wilson and what's his wife's name? Ciara. What they did yesterday for food for people that don't have enough money for food because of this whole situation where people are losing their jobs and losing a lot of opportunities to make money because a lot of places are closed now. So to me, that's what players should be doing, opening up their pockets like Russell Wilson and Ciara did and giving it to families that need money where they can buy food and they can help out for paying off their houses or their mortgages. That's what I think should be done. You don't have to have a charity game to do that. You don't. So I don't understand how these NBA players can honestly sit there and say, you know what, we'll play charity games and the fans will support other fans and help them out.
I think it's more of just the speeding up process.
Speeding up what, Speedy? Think about it this way.
Because think about it, though.
Half of America, 50% of Americans don't have jobs right now. How are they going to dig into their pockets to help other Americans?
No, I didn't say that. I said...
But that's what they're talking about. They're talking about a charity event. Who's going to pay for it? We're going to pay for it, right? They're going to play the games, and they're going to have this phone number up, and then we're going to call in and give them money, right? Is that what it is?
No, I don't think so. I think it's their charities. But What it is.
What do you mean they're charities? I don't understand.
I think it's either groups of players or individual players. I'm not sure.
So individual players are playing the game so they can give charity?
All I know, yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
All I know is that the players, the NBA is only letting the players that have been tested do it, which is why I think they're trying to do this now so at least they can get some money out. Because it's going to take a while to test the entire league because the entire league has thousands of players. They got G League players, etc. That's why I think they're doing it now. They're trying to figure it out maybe so they can preview it.
So
right
let me
before
ask
the
you a
NBA
question
season.
because this is throwing me off. The players are going to play in the game and they're going to give the charity money towards the game. Is that what you're saying?
It's for their charities. I guess whichever players. I don't know which specific charities they are, but
so how are they going to raise it? The players are going to put money towards it? I don't understand because usually when you have a charity event, the players go there or they play in this game, and then we, as the fans, are donating money to help out their charities. So how are they going to do that when half the people in America, 50 or 55% of the Americans right now, they don't have jobs? So what are they trying to do? How are they trying to raise money here? That's what I want to know. Because if we're going to pay for their charity and nobody has jobs, people can't even pay their mortgages, how is that going to benefit us? How is that going to benefit the United States?
I'm not saying everybody would do it. I'm just saying because of what we
the
talked
NBA is
about
trying
earlier.
to find a way to make a buck. And to me, it's ridiculous.
I don't think the NBA would profit off of this. It would be all charity money.
Charity money from us, Speedy. You're not getting the point here.
Right. How would the NBA profit then?
They're profiting by bringing fans to their product. Oh, look what the NBA is doing. They're trying to raise money to help this organization and help that organization. That's what the NBA, they want to be the center of attention. But what they're really doing is asking money from us that we don't have.
Right. Now, my point is because not everybody would do that. I don't think it would be.
Nobody's going to do that, Speedy. Nobody's going to do that.
People could be desperate enough to do that if they are missing sports that much.
I'm telling you right now, there is not one fan out there that will, except maybe Snug, that we're going to put on right now. What's going on, Snug?
Oh my goodness!
What's going on, man?
Twice in 1 week.
Yes.
Listen, there's a couple of streams of revenue that they can get from this. First of all, there'll be corporate sponsors that are going to be willing to sponsor it. Obviously, it's going to be on TV because no one's going to be there, right? So there are people who will pay for advertising during that, especially if they're getting credit for donating to these things. The second course of funding that they can get is they can always do GoFundMes, or they can put up, different ways for folks to donate directly to the charities while they're watching the game. So there's a lot of revenue to be had, and actually it's a really smart move right now because people are bored stiff. I know that I've been forced to work from home, and I mean, it's terrible. So, yeah, there's lots and lots of money out there. There's a lot of pent up boredom, so people will definitely pay for it. You could also do a pay-per-view if you did a tournament style.
Yeah, but people don't have money right now. Why would people go out and spend money when they don't have money? 55 or 56% of the American population don't have jobs anymore. Nobody over here in New York right now, the malls are closed. Every single diner, every single restaurant is closed. Everything is practically closed except 7-Eleven, food markets, and gas stations. That's it. Now, these people are losing money. Now, I understand they have furloughs, especially at the United States, and Donald Trump says he's going to give $1,000 to people that aren't working. What's $1,000 going to do from a person that's missed, 4 or 5 weeks worth of work, maybe even 6 weeks worth of work? It's not going to help anybody, Snug. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help me. That won't even buy you your cupcakes.
Well, $1,000 would last me at least 3 days worth of cupcakes, so I would appreciate the infusion of cash. But you've got to remember that not everyone's broke, not everyone's out of money, not everyone is. I mean, certainly. Do you want to? Population are
Snug. If you had money right now, which you probably do, and that's why you're saying it. You have money. Do you want to put your money into something where you don't even know when the next time you're going to go back to work?
It's entertainment. Would you spend money to go to a movie right now?
I'm not going to spend any money to watch a bunch of basketball players play when I don't have money. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. If it doesn't mean anything, it's a charity event, and they're trying to make money. You know what these players need to do? They need to open up their pockets. They're multimillionaires. They have money. They've got a lot more money than we do. Why don't they, instead of doing these charity events, why don't they open up their pockets and do that? How's that sound? That to me means more than us open up our pockets and trying to help them. You get what I'm saying?
They're not keeping the money; they're giving it to charity.
I understand.
They're playing the game just to play the game.
Well, they shouldn't be doing that. They should finish the regular season right now. There's 16 games left, and do that as a charity. Play the rest of the games and get into the playoffs. By then, the playoffs will be ready to begin, probably in May or June, and we'll be ready to go.
So you would rather wait to have all the players tested first and then just resume the regular season and just delay the amount of the charity process?
Yes.
Okay.
Until the season begins, until we get back to work and we can afford it. Because we can't. There are a lot of people, I'm telling you right now, I know people they can't pay their mortgages right now, Snug. They can't pay their mortgages right now. Because
there's always going to be things like that. I mean, it's unfortunate, but what they're trying to do is help folks like that. I would assume that's what charities that they represent are. I don't know what charities they represent. There are still plenty of companies. Right now, the toilet paper companies are flush with cash, right? Literally.
Which I don't understand that. Anyways, but whatever.
So what I'm saying is, let's not act like the entire country is broke. It's not the case.
I'm not saying
now,
the entire country
have the same
is broke.
Revenue streams as normal, but there are people who are willing to donate. And even if they play the games on television for free and have GoFundMes and those sort of things, and they don't charge anything to watch, right? It's entertainment. They're raising money for a good cause. No, they're not asking for any money for this, right? They're just playing a game. So why not throw it out there? And if you don't like it as a consumer, then just don't consume it. Nobody cares.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't like it as a consumer.
It's a charitable thing.
Listen, I'm not saying I won't like it as a consumer. What I don't like is they're asking people right now for money when right now the country doesn't have any money. They're having problems right now. You're talking about President Trump saying that he's going to give $1 trillion away to people that don't have work, that haven't worked. So obviously you're asking money right now that people don't have. That's the way I'm looking at it.
But nobody's mandating they give the money.
I understand
that.
But
only people who want to give the money are giving the money.
I understand
so folks
that.
Putting it on television or taking the risk of putting it on television, I'm going to bet that they're taking little or no money to put it on television.
I understand all
or
this.
to broadcast the game.
I understand all that.
What do you care if they're asking for a charity? There's charities out there that you probably don't agree with that you'd never donate money to, even if you were flush with cash. Right?
I'm always donating money. I'm always donating money, even when I walk into a 7-Eleven.
Well, what I'm saying is there's some charity out there you don't agree with, right? I promise there's one you don't.
Probably. I would say
so
yes.
Whether you're pro-life or pro-choice is a great example. There's charities on both sides. Whichever you are, which is fine. I don't care. What I'm saying is there's one of those you wouldn't donate to because you're offended by something they believe. And that's okay. Similarly, if you're offended by this, then just walk away from it.
I'm not offended. I'm offended by the NBA to ask.
Spend the money.
I'm offended by the NBA by asking people for money when right now this stuff is going on. The NBA should not be asking for money.
The NBA is not asking people for money. The players are asking. They're stepping outside the NBA.
All right. The players are asking for money from people
from charity
for people that don't really have money right now. How about this? Right now, if you look at the stock market's never been so low. It goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. It goes down, it crashes. Okay, so and now the players want to do a charity games to raise money and ask people that don't have jobs. They don't have jobs. 55 or 56% of Americans right now do not have jobs. And you're asking them, you know what? Do you have $1 to spare? Do you have 50 cents to spare? You have $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 to spare? When right now they've got all the money in the world to spare. They should be sparing their money and worrying about themselves and worrying if they want to do a charity. Let them open the pockets. They're making $30, $40 million a year.
That's short-sighted because obviously their skill is worth a tremendous amount of money. They signed
$40 million. $40 million.
Do they not sign? Yes, they sign big contracts for us to watch them do this, right? And they're essentially willing to do this for us for free right now in exchange for asking you if you want to, not even you have to, if you want to give some money to my charity, I'd appreciate it.
When you put basketball on the TV, you know people are going to, and there are a lot of good people out there, a.k.a. me, that'll open up their pockets even if they don't have it to give it to people and rather give it to somebody that doesn't have it and starve themselves. When I think that's wrong. I think the NBA player should be opening up their own pockets. You want to put something on a game? Don't make it a charity game. Play some exhibition games to get fans to have something on TV, to enjoy something on TV until basketball comes back. Don't charge people. You're not charging people. You're asking people to please give a charity, okay? Please.
So every time there's a charitable commercial on television, do you give it money?
That's different. Now,
They're
right now,
soliciting. They're not even offering you
right
anything.
now,
They're just asking you for money. At least these guys are offering you a product and saying, if you want to embrace the product, you can take it. And if not, leave it there.
half the United States is not working. More than half the United States is not working. You're asking the United States to give them money. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
But they're not mandating it.
I know
they're not saying you can't consume it without money.
Is he not understanding and comprehending
if
me
they're
here?
doing it or not? If you don't like it, turn it off.
It's not about if I
Because
don't
there
like
are people
it.
who do have money.
It's not that
There
I
are
don't like
people who
it.
do
No,
like
it's
it.
not.
So leave them out there and let them do it.
This has nothing to do with me liking it or not liking it. It's the fact that you should not be asking anybody right now the way the world is going.
What your contention is that there is a moral problem with this, a.k.a.
Absolutely.
you don't like it, which is fine. Then turn it off and walk away.
Why am I going to turn it
But
off?
what I'm saying is that there are a bunch of people who do like it, and even if they only want to give a quarter or 50 cents, let them give a quarter or 50 cents. And there are plenty of people who still have money, who still have jobs, who still have revenue, and let them donate if they feel like it. And if they don't make any money on it, then guess what? Everyone watched the basketball game with world-class players for free.
And you know damn well they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't think they weren't going to make money. So get out of here, Snug. They know
But
that
they're not making money. They're donating it. Charity. There's no money being made for them. It's for... And essentially, it's reallocating money to people who need it.
Again, I understand what you're saying, but they wouldn't be doing it if they weren't going to get money out of it. Not for themselves, for their charities. Are you comprehending
So they're
here?
terrible people for donating a world-class skill for free.
Charitable. Yeah,
and
charitable.
saying, if you feel like giving money.
If they feel.
Bro,
if they
you're
feel.
wrong on this one, and
I'm
you
not.
know it.
I'm not wrong on this. I'm
You're
not
way
wrong
off on this.
Nobody.
You may have a moral problem with it. and
This
that's
has
fine,
nothing to
but
do with
there's-
morals. This
these
has
guys
nothing to
are
do with
doing
morals.
nothing unethical.
Really? Nothing
You just don't have a
unethical?
taste
You're
for
asking
it.
for money. You're asking for money for people that don't have it right now. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
That's short-sighted. Let's say 75% of the people don't have a job.
short-sighted.
25% still do.
All right, so
There's
you're asking them for
350
money
million
when
Americans.
Oh my God. You're not
millions of people.
That's millions of people. You're still asking for somebody to donate money that
But you don't have to give it. It's not like they're going to turn off your TV if you don't
Again,
donate.
I understand that, but you're not getting the point here. You're asking our country to help out and give charitable money when you're the one that has $30-40 million in your pocket that you're making off this season.
Donating their skills.
Oh, that's so great. Oh my God, they're donating their skill.
If you put on a worldwide sports basketball tournament, with all due respect to you fine gentlemen, I might pay to watch Speedy play. I'll say that. But after that, right? Nobody's going to donate to that. I mean, you might raise a couple $100 maybe, right? These guys, everybody knows them. Everyone follows them on Instagram. Everybody pays hundreds of dollars for tickets during the season, right? New York's very expensive, I understand. So these guys are going, hey, guess what? You don't have to pay anything to watch something you'd normally pay a tremendous amount for. If you can spare, please give us something. And it's not just watch the game.
They're only doing it.
Or a bad
They're
thing to
only doing it because they know there's no sports on TV, and they know they can draw the
could make people more desperate.
more desperate to draw and spend money. That's why they're doing it.
Right, but it could make people
But
more
they don't
desperate where they
have
want to
spend
buy
it. That's
it.
the whole point. It's the product is not built on the fact.
Listen,
that they have to
good
do it.
Americans are
It's
they
only
feel
asking
obligated to
for
do it.
So if you have that deep of a sense
Good
of
Americans are always obligated to help people, including me. Even if I didn't have it, I would still be obligated because I'm a good person to help people. But you want to know something? These people, these world-class athletes that are going out there and playing a charitable game, they're asking money when They have $30, $40 million. Be Russell Wilson. Go into your pockets, dig deep into your pockets. Every one of these athletes should be giving $100,000, $200,000 to help the United States.
You don't know
not
that
put a
they're
charity.
not.
They're not.
But why can't they do both?
You don't know that, though.
Have you heard
How do
anything?
you know?
Have you seen anything? The only person I've seen that do it.
Because you don't know doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Because I'll tell you,
Snug, come on.
one of my
They
lottery
wanna-
fantasies, if I ever won, was to be able to hand somebody a check for $1 million at a charity and say, don't ever mention my name. Because I don't want the credit for it.
Snug.
It's about the charity.
Snug, in
so,
my
you
in
don't
my
know
eyes,
that. You're making assumptions.
I'm not making
simplifying
assumptions anyways.
that can't
When
be
you hear
quantified.
charities, and yeah, there are some people that don't want to talk about what they invest and what they put into their charities. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to get into this because it's just going to go back and forth with me and you. I disagree. I don't agree to this. And if the NBA wants to do this, play the rest of the NBA season if that's the way they want to do it, and stop with this charity crap because you're just asking money right now. They're asking people to open up their pockets to help other people when they don't have it.
But not all the players are tested yet, so
I'm not even talking about that.
Why not add a couple games before all the players are tested, then do your idea? Then it's even more money.
Thanks, Snug.
Bro, it sounds like you hate charity if you're not careful.
That's nothing.
Tread lightly.
No, it has nothing to do with hating charity, and stop putting words in my mouth because it has nothing to do with it. You're putting words in my mouth. That annoys me. I'm not saying that I hate charities. I'm saying that I hate the NBA where they think that they're going to draw people to go and open up their pockets to help other people when they don't even have jobs. That's what I'm saying. And there are people that will do that because there are good people out there, people like me that are willing to open up their pockets. I've given a lot of money to charity, a lot of time to charity, and I've donated a lot of my time to charity when people are out there right now starving or they don't have enough to feed their children right now because they can't even pay their mortgage. But you know what? The NBA is going to put on a charity event and have people open up their pockets to help other people. Great idea. Great idea,
The
NBA.
whole point is the charity raises money to help the people.
Help the people. So
wait a
second.
That's not what the definition of charity is. It's to
wait a
help
second.
people.
So wait a second. I'm going to open up my pockets to help myself. Is that what you're saying?
Are you on the list of the people they're helping?
No.
Quite possibly you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Probably the folks who are in the most dire need. I would assume that there's a triage to it. I don't think they're just donated to anyone.
You don't
who
get the
walks up
point.
and
You
says,
don't get the point.
I
You
would
should not
like some money,
You
please.
You should not be asking money right now from anybody except the players or the movie stars or the
So
musicians.
when can
that
you
have
ask
it.
for money? When is it okay? Because we've established apparently in your
When
mind
we all
it's
have our
not
jobs
okay.
back. When we all have our jobs
So-
back. There are people
Okay,
starving,
so
man.
Hypothetically, China just came out yesterday and said they had no new cases last week.
That's
right?
China.
Now, whether that's true or not.
That's China.
So in a month from now, if they hypothetically come back and say, all right, we've pretty much got this under control, we're now really not having
And there's
a whole
work
lot
going
of...
on, and the jobs are all up, and people are working again. That's fine. That's fine doing it.
So in a month from now, it would be okay.
Yes, but not right now. I would not be asking people to do a charity event right now and trying to help right now when people don't have jobs. There are people that don't have jobs right now. They're on unemployment, making $350 instead of $1,000 a week. You think they want to open up their pockets and take the little bit of money that they have in their pockets and give it to other people right now? They want to help their families. So I'm sorry. I disagree. I disagree right now.
Yeah.
I am nothing against charities. I have something against this right now. You should not be asking to help people right now, especially people that are starving right now. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. Even if I'm a basketball fan, how am I supposed to do it if I'm not making enough money? I'm not saying me. I'm talking about if I was a person right now. So if I was a person not making money or don't have a job right now. So that's just my argument on this.
Well, I guess it's just as good to tell the charities, and don't worry about it. You can help less people because
no, you tell the
shouldn't
NBA
ask
players
anyone right now.
you tell the NBA players to push this off and not bring this up until people are back to work making money so they can afford their mortgages and afford the toilet paper.
So by your
buy.
definition, the greatest need would be right this minute, right? Because everyone's out of job. So by your definition, right now is when people need the money the most.
Yes.
But we can ask for the money for when people go back to work and then they don't need the money. That's when we should ask for it.
No, no, I didn't say that they don't need the money.
That's what you're saying.
Oh, goodbye.
You said did you not say that when they go back to work?
Do you understand what I'm saying, Speedy, or is he just trying to? You understand what I'm saying?
Somewhat, because I do think you're right to an extent. It's just again, he's right where the charities need it more in this instance because there are people that haven't been tested yet, and there's people, again, this virus continues to get new.
First of all, the tests are for free. The tests are free right now. I work in a hospital. They are going to be free.
Well, they're not going to charge the people, but they might need the materials to do that. They might need the accessibility in the hospitals. So the process could be sped up in this instance.
It's to me, it's not going to help anything. It's not going to do anything right now. It's going to make it worse. That's just me. I don't think it's gonna benefit. If they're gonna do the charity games right now when people don't have work and they're not working right now, I think it's a bad idea. That's just my opinion. Thank you, Snug.
Of course, anytime, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure.
Always. Snug the Cat calling up, having his own opinions. I'm not arguing that he was wrong. I'm just arguing that the NBA is wrong for asking people right now when 56 or 57% of the population right now in the States are not working. And they might not be working for, right now it's 2 weeks. It could be 3 weeks or 4 weeks from now. Could you imagine not having work? You've worked since the day you were born, not the day you were born, but 14, 15 years old. And now all of a sudden you're not working. And it's not because you were laid off or fired. It's because of the coronavirus. Come on. And you're asking to do a charity event where you're going to ask these people to put money or help out? I mean, you have to help out your own families. I'm sorry. I disagree. If they want to do that, the players, the movie stars, the people that have...
They should do that too. Nobody's denying that.
No, I'm not saying they should do it. I'm saying the people that have a significant amount of money, if they want to do that, they can do it. But you shouldn't be asking people, and they're not asking people. They're asking to do a good deed. And right now, it's not the right time to do this. It is not the right time to do this. If it was a hurricane in Tennessee and people are trying to raise money for Tennessee and the whole world is not in this havoc, that's fine. You have the whole United States and the world in a panic, and you're going to put on a charity event? It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. That's all I'm going to say. And I think it's wrong that the NBA and the NBA players are doing it. That's just my opinion. If they think that this is going to work and this is going to help and this is going to raise money or whatever they're thinking in their brains to this situation, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. That's all I'm going to say. 631-971-8070. I think I got it right.
Twice in a row.
There you go. I got it right. As you guys know, you can follow us by going to our website at worldwidesportsradio.com and follow us and search us on all the social media platforms. I know Jeff from Tampa tried to call because I'm sure he's doing the exact same thing Snug wants to do. Attack me, but that's fine. I understand. And I'm going to argue my points. I think Snug was wrong on this. I do. I think there are points that he made that are absolutely right. But right now, you should not be asking Americans where this epidemic is going on, not just here, throughout the world, and people don't have jobs. 57% of the United States don't have jobs. Could you imagine what the world, what people are not doing in Germany and Australia and all those other places? They're not working either. And you're going to, we're going to do a charity event and we're going to raise money. How about do a charity event for free and you raise the money out of your own pockets and have all you other players donate the money because you have more than enough money to do that and more than enough investment to do it. So why don't you do it? Not ask the United States population or the world population where even though they don't have to do it, but they'll do it because they want to help people. And that's how I am. Even if I didn't have it, I would help people. That's it. That's it for our show, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow with Anthony Anderosi. We are going to go into the MMA world and the boxing world here at Caged In MMA. We're going to get into that. We'll have some special guests, a lot of arguing, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. We will be back on Monday, me and Speedy, talking sports down to the wire. Debate hour. We'll have 2 days of debate hour this time. And I am going to get 2 special guests next week as well. Until then, this is Errol Marks and Speedy PD and Below the Mic saying good night, and we'll talk to you then. Good night, everybody.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Setuha Karate. Located at 28 Cold Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and